Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It has come to my attention that someone shares a different opinion than me, therefore rendering them wrong in all aspects of life. And so, I'm making this video to educate them on how they are wrong. Oh man, I don't know what's worse, that if I had more zeros behind my subscriber count, some people would take that seriously, or that there are people who are actually like that. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to actually be going into deeper detail about why it is, as an original fan of the Saints Row franchise, I do not think you should pre-order Saints Row. I was going to do a video about PS Plus being a scam, but then I went on the cesspool known as Reddit, and you know, I take that back. Reddit is not a cesspool. Where else am I going to find my Emma Watson feet pictures? It's a weird place, but not a cesspool. That title belongs to Twitter, despite Poppy Elon buying it. But yes, I was on Reddit when I came across a post by Elijah Ace, and he was saying that he was excited for the new reboot of the Saints Row franchise, and that it fundamentally includes what made the older Saints Row games good: fun, customization, and gangs. Now, I don't care that he is hyped, although I'm not. I'm actually happy for him, be excited. But he comments on why other people from the fanbase aren't excited for the new installment, and others in the comment section join in. And let's just say, there are indeed some spicy takes.
They saw a default boss and minority characters and couldn't wait to call the game too woke. I shouldn't have been surprised, especially with the way the world is, but I was. I'm happy for the devs because they didn't deserve any of that vitriol. Now, as they show more of the game, or at least more info, they can quietly sit back and shit on those who doubted and jumped to the extreme.
Anybody who had an opinion on the game being bad beyond "ew, women with shitty haircut" is still not hyped for the game. I admit I shared that take, but there's more substance to not being hyped for this game.
Those idiots don't realize that the default boss in 2 was a black dude.
What do you even mean by that? Who said that having a diverse cast was the problem? What do you even fucking mean? Now, let's take a look at Elijah's post.
At first, I hated the direction of the Saints Row reboot because of how different it was from traditional Saints Row. I was thinking, why does it have a Western vibe? Where's all our beloved Saints? But now I've fallen in love with their vision and better understand it. I now like the Western drug cartel vibes, as it's different and introduced something new to the series.
When I originally saw the trailer for Saints Row, I thought the environment and introduction to a more Western drug cartel style was a brilliant idea. We can't keep the same old city shit going, gotta spice it up, especially since it's a reboot. And I already knew the OG Saints were gone from previous news I heard prior to the reveal.
I feel like people just have a hard time adjusting to change.
And this is where you lost me. See, Elijah, you can't project your inability to be comfortable with change onto others. As you said earlier, you were uncomfortable with change, and nobody who has a voice worth hearing has the take that the new Saints Row doesn't look good, is complaining about the new setting. I'm fine with change. I fucking bought Saints Row 4. If you think that's not comfortable with change, oh man, fundamentally changed what Saints Row was like, cranked it up to 9,000.
Say what you want about the reboot and how different it is, but at its core, it's still Saints Row. There's no denying that.
Watch me.
A criminal group known as the Saints try to take over a city by taking out the 3 other gangs that control it, with customization, driving, and just overall fun gameplay. No superpowers, no aliens. I'm just happy that they decided to bring the series back to its criminal roots. With this game, people want Saints Row to be gritty and serious.
Ah, yes. I want the parody game where I beat people to death with a dildo, where I can murder mayhem on live television and can dive in front of cars for insurance fraud, to be serious and gritty. No, I don't want it to be gritty and serious. I want it to be taken serious beyond just pure fucking nonsense.
But what people don't realize is that Saints Row has only ever been like that, with certain story moments, not the whole game.
Now that's exactly what they understand. The game is wild, goofy, fun, but it has its moments where it demands you take it seriously. Am I the only one who remembers this clip?
Saints Row has always had wackiness and comedy. I mean, look no further than Septic Avenger and Fuzz in Saints Row 2. The story is my only concern for the reboot so far, because it doesn't seem like it has stakes or takes itself seriously at all.
Quite literally why people are complaining. It's meant for kids. There looks like there will be no substance outside, ooh, I have pee-pee and pew-pew explosion. So pretty much a Michael Bay film.
However, if the rest of the game is still fun, at least I can still have fun just playing the game.
This is exactly why developers don't listen to the feedback of their fans, or at least that's the norm of developers nowadays anyways. They think that all the fans will fall into line of just accepting what they're given and that they're right all the time. Like the developers, they're right all the time. The fans, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Or you have radicals who send death threats to the developers because the parents didn't give them enough attention. But this looks as though it's going against what truly makes said game good, specifically Saints Row. Like, Saints Row is not just customization.
In my mind, it'll never top Saints Row 2, as I just prefer that game's characters, story, and feel. However, that doesn't mean it has no chance of being a good game, just because it's not a carbon copy of Saints Row 2. This game has potential, and I wish people would just stop bringing toxic energy around it.
I agree, it still has the chance of being a good game, and none of us will truly know until it comes out. If it comes out. But we as fans can comment on how it continues to look marketing wise and choose not to pre-order it and only buy it when it comes out and proves it deserves our money. Hence why in my previous video I say don't pre-order the game, not don't buy it. I can't tell you not to buy it if I haven't played it yet, and even then, stop being a bitch and formulate your own opinion. Don't just take mine at face value. The reason why I don't like how the new Saints Row is looking is because if you remove the name and the purple, what makes it Saints Row? So what? They follow the bare bones blueprint of a Saints Row game. By that logic, GTA Online could be a Saints Row installment. You form a crew to take over Los Santos and go against more than 3 gangs, can customize your character, car, and has potential for some fun gameplay. But you wouldn't dare say GTA 5 Online is a Saints Row game, because there's more to it than that. Now, let's talk about this stupid take on people disliking the default MC and the new character designs. I swear, if I read one more take about,
oh, they're just complaining about it being woke, but Saints Row has always been woke,
I'm going to take an unsafe amount of ketamine and run into oncoming traffic. No one cares that the default MC is black, a woman, or has a shitty ass haircut. Or that the other characters are of color and diverse, because all of us who have played Saints Row know the cast has always been diverse. For fuck's sake, the fans' most favorite fucking character is a goddamn Asian. So no, that is not the issue. The issue comes down to this very simple truth. When you look at this, you think,
oh my, they're going to do some gang banging. You don't want to mess with them.
And then when you look at this, you think,
Mom, I need your credit card for more V-Bucks. They added a tokenized Ruby Rose to Fortnite.
The issue is not gender, race, hell, even sexual identity. I don't know why that would matter, but it's these motherfuckers. They don't look like saints, that's it. I love it when I stumble upon these kinds of things, and the people in them like to form the opinions of the people they disagree with for them. So that's ultimately why I'm making this video. However, keep in mind, I don't represent all who think this game looks bad. Only myself and my own opinion. Trust me, there are people who agree with the fact that the game looks like ass, but their takes are just as ass as how the game looks. But we're not done yet. There were some hot takes I haven't mentioned from the Reddit I wanted to take some personal time to respond to real quick.
11-year-olds say woke. I say this game is awesome.
No, my friend, you got it all wrong. The game looks like it's made for 11-year-olds, and people are only saying woke because, well, a stereotypical lesbian is the face of Saints Row now.
Don't forget the haircut. People bitched about the haircut despite the fact you can completely change your boss. It's like they forgot customization is a big part of Saints Row.
Now, let's use Mass Effect as a reference. You see, these two, they are, yes, default designs for characters that almost never get used, but they represented the brand. The fans understand that the character is customizable. It's that of all the designs they could have picked, they chose this one to be the new face of the Saints Row brand. That's the problem. And the haircut, fuck the haircut. It's garbage. It's a bad haircut. It's like if they took the Elder Scrolls series and made the default character who represented the brand a rainbow-haired black man in technologically advanced armor. The representation box has been ticked, but does it make sense for the design to represent this brand? No. It's a medieval time fantasy game. So you want the character to look like they belong in medieval times fantasy. Same way, it's a Saints Row game. You want your character to look like they're in the Saints. You can't take a Halo, right? And then set Halo in medieval times, change pretty much everything that fundamentally makes it Halo, but then keep Master Chief and then go, it's still Halo.
People seem to forget the marketing for Saints Row 2 focused on its wacky elements. Just look at the Would You Rather commercial, which basically said, hey, why play the boring realism when you can have some actual fun with us?
Where did this piss poor diarrhea-inducing take come from? Am I missing something? Who is complaining about the game not being realistic? That is not and never was the problem. The problem is that the game is only going to be its full-on goofy side. So goofy, in fact, it forgets it needs to have a good story. Or at least that's how it looks. For all I know, for all we know, this game can come out and be the best Saints Row ever made. But whoever's in charge of marketing is running things amok if that turns out to be the case.